All right, hello guys. Today I want to be breaking down to you how we have been trading Bitcoin over the course of the week, our losses and our and how we've been managing to take some profits. So here on my screen, I'll be sharing with you guys what you need to watch out for. What I'll try to start from where we've been trading it from. I think last month, some position we've been trading since last month up to where we are this month. So we are going to cover for everything so that everybody can learn how all these things are done and how we've been managing to take profits, where we've been targeting where we've been putting our stop loss, where we've been targeting on our profit, and how we've managed to be making more profit on the long run. Like I always say, cryptocurrency trading is very risky to trade if you don't have the right knowledge. So this is why you need to learn very well before you can be able to jump into the chart. So now I'll be showing you some steps and how we've been managing to take profits, and then how we've not been having so much losses over the course of the week. I'm going to share you my screen now so we can move on to it. Now, here we have our chart here. This is Bitcoin USDT on a H1 time frame. This is 1 hour time frame. This is a 1 hour time frame. Now, analyzing the chart, you see when you are looking at the chart, what can you figure out in this chart? We are currently on a downtrend, right? And as a trader, as a currency trader, as a crypto trader, sometimes we leverage on making profits even on a downtrend. You know why we make profit on a downtrend is because we understand the market movement, and then we are, with the right implementation of the knowledge that we have, we have managed to be able to follow the trend. So how do you follow the trend? As a trend trader, I follow trend. I trade with trend. Sometimes I day trade, sometimes I swing trade, depending on the market structure. So the structure that we have here, we have a downtrend, and a lot of investors are out there losing so much money because we are on a downtrend. But like I said, as a trader, we leverage trading and then make profit from it, sometimes in the FX market, or we come into crypto to trade some futures, or sometimes we go on our meta traders and trade on brokers that allow us to trade cryptocurrency. Now, we have our chart here, like I said. Let's dive into it so we can so I can explain one or two things that I've observed in the crypto space. Now, when you are trading a trend, you need to understand what kind of trend that you are. Are we in a downtrend, or we are in an uptrend? Now, if you look at it very well, you see it from here. We are currently on a downtrend from here. Let me draw something up here. So we're currently on a downtrend from here. Market move here, shift from here, move a little bit here, and the market creates another low from here, which another high from there, which is going to create another level price. If you look at it, you see the price fail from here. You couldn't be able to go below like this one does, and like this one does from here, and like this one comes out. So this one comes back to about almost 50% here, and then it could be able to continue downwards, which means there is a change in trend. So this is where we're going to come in. The sellers are they are done with selling pressure. And now we as a buyer, because I've been buying some position for a couple of weeks now, I'm buying some position that I've been sharing with you guys on my WhatsApp, on my YouTube, I think, and even on my Instagram account. So now, what we have here is that trend have already changed from here, right? Trend has already changed from here. So how do we get involved when we see something like this? Okay, because before you start to trade, you need to know the kind of trend that you are. Because I was supposed to be selling from here and point here, but we've been selling over the course of the months, and then we stopped selling BTC from the position from I think somewhere here. So we stopped selling from there because we've taken in a lot of profit in the past, and then when market is like this, sometimes you need to just leave the market, relax your brain, and then reanalyze what is going on in the market, so that you can get involved in another run. We've already making much profit on the sell over the course of the month, and now we look like, okay, we are going to wait for a time whereby the buyers are going to come in, and then we're going to join the buyers to buy some position. So that is where this comes in, where we see this change of market structure. And whenever you see the change of market structure, it is likely we're going to be having another trend, which is likely going to be an uptrend. So this is where I come in. Now, if you look at it, this chart very well, after market changes from here, let's assume we are not seeing what is going on in the market from here. Let's assume we're not seeing anything that is going on in the market from there. Then we have this trend. Now, immediately you see that you have that kind of a trend. You want to look back at the structure. Like I said, support and resistance. We use support and resistance to trade some positions. Sometimes we use trend line to understand the market movement, depending on what the market is, the kind of trend the market is currently at. Now, if you look at it very well, market have already changed structure from here after price. Let me try to reduce this so we can try to reduce it so that you can all see the charts very well, clean. And so now, like I said, we have this in the market whereby price finds support at a position and price find resistance. What I mean by support is that when price gets to a place where price, let's say it's a floor. Let's say we have a floor here. When price comes to that position, it will bounce to that floor and then it will take off. It's more like you throw a ball on the floor, it will bounce off of it. So that is pretty much what we call support. Support is a place where price will get to and the price will find support from. If you look at this very well, you see the price found some support from here. You see that price found some support from here. Here, you see, once price come in here, you have this candle formation here. We call this a morning star candle. This is a morning star candle for those that have been trading First World Exchange very well. You are for the expert class students, you should know this price action because we enter some trades with price action. If you look at it very well, you see that we have support here. Normally we are on a downtrend. If you look at the trend very well from here, we are currently on a downtrend here, but when we are on a downtrend like that, we always try to understand the market movement to enter our positions, to enter our position. If you look at it very well, you see downtrend was so strong that we, like I said, we use trend line to understand the market movement. As you can see very well, see the trend lines are working accurately. There, the trend lines are working accurately until price change from here. Like I said, if you look at it very well, you see that the trend line couldn't be able to act as a resistance anymore. We take out the trend line, and once the trend line has been taken out, you'll be looking for support to follow up the trend, or probably anything that the price is saying. Sometimes price can be giving you an ascending channel or descending channel, or breakout, retest, and continuation. And I will get back to that one later in some videos. All you just need to do is stick around well enough, because you're going to learn a lot of things in here. So now, like I said, price found support here, broke through the support. Immediately price found support here and broke through the support. Price was supposed to come back to this zone, to this area. Let's say price found support from here, bounce up. Immediately price broke below it. What were you expecting? You were expecting a retest, probably a retest, or probably something here, and the price should continue, because at the point here, price found the resistance from point here. I will explain that later, maybe in the future, because there are some zones that price do find support for, even without testing the previous support. But now, once price was supposed to come back to this region here and then fall and continue the trend. But if you look at it very well, you see that price couldn't be able to come to that position to find resistance. If you look at it, price create a high from here. Not on a normal trend, we are still in a downtrend, because price has not created a new high apart from the previous one. But if you look at it very well, price came back to this origin, which a zone where we started the trend. And if you look at it very well, you see that price found support for somewhere here. So this is where you're going to be looking for your buy positions when you see some change in market structure. Now immediately price come back to this area to find support. If you look at it very well, let me draw out this zone. Yeah, if you look at it, like I said support and resistance. Support is a place where price will get to and the price will support from there. Resistance is a ceiling, more like a ceiling. When you throw something into the ceiling, when it hits it, it will come down. But how do you get involved in something like this? Sometimes support always turns resistance, and sometimes resistance always turns support. What I mean by this is, like, let's assume you have a door, right? You have been hitting this door for a very long period of time. And then when you have been hitting this door for a long period of time, this door, couldn't be able to hold. When you are hitting something for a very long period of time, it's likely it's going to be weak. And once it is weak, it will break through. So you will get through with it, right? It is more like a floor also. When you start hitting it, let's say a sledgehammer or something on the floor, maybe probably you're sitting on the ceiling, eventually when you continue doing that thing, it's likely it's going to break below, and then things will start falling deeper and deeper. This is how support and resistance are. Sometimes when support has been broken below, it turns to resistance where something will bounce back to it and then continue downward. It's more like you have a ceiling, like I always say. Once you have a ceiling, something is coming up from the ceiling, try to break below it, touch the second floor. Immediately touch the second floor to come back to that ceiling to retest and then continue back downwards. And this is how it happens on an uptrend also. Once a resistance has been broken, price can come back to the resistance to turn it into a support to bounce up and then continue the trend. Now, if you look at this very well, you see that, like I said, we are in a downtrend from here. Price found support here, come down a little bit, immediately come down. It is supposed to come back here to find resistance and continue. But if you look at it very well, you see this green industrial candle here that broke above the structure. Immediately that price broke above the structure, this resistance turned into support. Let me try and draw something here. The resistance turned into what? Turns into support from here. If you look at it very well, you see that resistance turns into support. This is the resistance where price was supposed to be falling, but now we have broken out of it. Immediately we break out of a resistance. What next are you expecting for price to do? You are expecting the price to come back to that position, and the price should retest that position and give you a confirmation of a continuation, which means how are we going to continue this trend from here, and where are we targeting to make our profit? Now, immediately you see that price has already broken out of this zone, and then we have, let's say we didn't see what is going on in the market. Let's say we are here, we are currently here. Now, let's say we are currently at this zone here, at this zone here. Let me try to zoom out. Let's say we are currently at this zone here, and then price found resistance from here. Immediately price found resistance, then we have this candle retesting this position and then continue. Now, immediately continue, you are waiting for a retest. Like I always say, you are waiting for a retest before you can trade support and resistance to confirm if it is strong or if it is a zone that you're going to be taking trades from. You need to wait for a confirmation. Like I always say you always wait for confirmation before you enter a position. You need to know where you're going to be taking your profit. You need to know where you're going to be putting your stop loss before entering the trade, so that whenever the trade is trying to change the market structure, you know what is going on. You quickly know maybe a price action or something to stop yourself out of the market before the market take out the profit that you are currently going on with. Now, if you look at it very well, see price, let's say we are here. Immediately price is here. Immediately price is here. What were you expecting? You're expecting the market to crash again to continue the downtrend, right? But if you look at it very well, see price found support. Wow, that is a confirmation that price is trying to find support here. And this kind of entry is more like let's call it a tweezer candle. If you do your research very well, there's something we call tweezer candle. I don't have it on the chart here, but this is it on the chart anyway. This is a tweezer on the chart, but I don't know if you guys understand it. I know there are some traders here who understand what a tweezer candle is. Tweezer candle, it's like a reversal candle, which means price get to a position. Immediately price get to that position, price open from here, go below here, and then close. Immediately this close, this second green candle here open from here also. Immediately open, instead of going below, it failed to go below and then close back up. Immediately price close back up. The next candle is likely going to continue the trend upward. But if the next candle give you a bearish candle, which is a red candle coming downwards, that means a continuation of the downtrend. But if it's not moving in that direction and the price is moving in your direction, there's a high chance that you are in a zone where buyers are sitting at, and then your support and resistance confirmation is clear. Now, if you look at it very, you see the next candle with a bullish pressure. Immediately you have that bullish pressure, you see that we are in an uptrend. It's likely price going to change in an uptrend. And if you look at these lows very well, if you go to a lower time frame or something, like I said, we always use a trend line as a confirmation. If you could use your trend line as a confirmation here, you see that price is finding support from somewhere here. On the trend line, price is trying to find support from somewhere here, and then price is doing something like a continuation of a trend. Once it tests here, it broke above it. Once it broke above it, it's going to test here, and then price will continue upwards. Now, how do you get involved when price is going to continue upward? Now that you have your tweezer candle here, and then there's a continuation push phase here that says we are likely going to continue the trend. That is where you come in, and then you enter a trade. Now, if you are supposed to enter a trade from here, where do you want to take your profit? You want to take your profit at the zone where price is likely going to find as a resistance, or most of the time, what I would advise a new trader or beginner trader who doesn't know about the market so much is target your risk management. If it is 2-to-1 risk management, 3-to-1 risk management, target your risk management. Don't be too greedy with the market. You can only follow a trend if you are a pro trader, or probably someone that have been trading for a long period of time. That is when you can trail stop or follow the trend. But I would advise a beginner trader 2-to-1 to 3-to-1. I don't know the kind of risk management you're using, but at least that is very conducive for you. Now let's open a position. Let's say we open a position from there. Let's say we open a position from there. We're gonna be buying from there. Now, where do you want to put your stop loss? You want to put your stop loss at the. If you look back, let's say this. If you want to look back, this is where we have our current low. We have a low price go up, and then we have a low. This is where you're going to be putting your stop loss. You look back at where price is low, and then that is where you're going to be putting your stop loss, so that to protect your stop loss from eating. Sometimes you need to give your stop loss a room for price to float, so you don't get to be stopped out anyhow. Now you look at where we have here. We have a place where buyers come in so well, and that is a place where price could likely come and find support, even though price retrace a little bit. And if price couldn't be able to come back to that position and stop you out, then you're good. That is how I trade. I trade with confirmation, and if price should change direction, that means my analysis is wrong. Then I move out of the market with my small loss. So that's pretty much how I trade my position. Now, you're putting your stop loss few pips below this area. Why are you putting your stop loss few pips below it? Is because to give, like I said, to give the trade enough room to float. Now, you want to enter a trade with your risk management. If it's a 2-to-1 risk management, if it's a 3-to-1 risk management, you're going to be targeting that position from where you're going to be entering from, so that you can follow the trend. Now, let's go look at it and then see what we have. And if you look at it very well, you see that my analysis is quite right from here. And if you look at it very well, see that price came down here to find support again, came down to find support, and the price is trying to move upwards. And let's say we are targeting 2-to-1 risk reward from here. Let's say we're targeting 2-to-1. Yeah, this is our 2-to-1 risk from here. Now look at the price, how price roam from there. If you look at it, let's go again. Price is trying to pump up from there. Price pumps up a little bit from there. Price pumps up again. If you look at it, then boom, you have your profit. You have your profit. See, price pumps a little bit and then go up, create a double top. And from this double top, there are some sellers that are going to come in. I think I have a video on my YouTube where I talk about double top. I think double top and double bottom, something like that. You guys should go and watch it so you can understand what is a double top. Double top also are very effective trading. They are very effective in the market, very much effective. If you look at it, where price pumps a little bit from here, then come back for liquidity grab, because this is where buyers are going to come in. If you look at it very accurately, when price come back to that zone, it gathers some more liquidity and then it continue the trend. If you look at it very well, see, until price got back to the trend line. And if you look at this trend line, if you look at pretty much well, this is how pro traders trade. Some traders will want to take their profits. They will determine their profit at what the market is saying. They want to follow the trend. If you look at it very well, if you look at the past, you see that this is where price is forming resistance. This is where sellers are coming in. Some pro traders will get into this position to take their profits at that trend line where price, if price give them probably a bearish movement, they will take their profits. Those are the professional traders that trade with stops. They follow trend. They, like I said, I also follow trend. I like following trend to understand where the trend is going to stop. So immediately I see this morning star candle, I will stop out of the market and then take my profit, because I know that price is likely going to fall from there, and then it's likely going to find support back at this zone. Now let's assume, let's take another trade. Let's say, like I always say, that price is likely going to find support here, right? That we're going to be stopping out from here, right? So immediately you see this indecision candle with this bearish push face, which indicates that price has found a ceiling here, and then it's come back here and it's now a ceiling. Because if you look at it very well, immediately this indecision candle opens, the next candle was supposed to be a green candle to break above, so that it can tell us that we are going to continue the uptrend. But if you look at it very well, you see it that price, you see that price did not break above it to continue. Price come back into that zone, which means it tested that position, that place, and a lot of sellers are coming in, so it's likely going to go short. If you are to trade that position, put your stop, put your entries here. Your stop, like I always say, is always above the previous high. So where is the previous high? What we have here, we don't have anything here. This is the high that we have here, and then we're going to be putting a stop of a few pips to that high, and then we're going to be taking a profit back at a zone where price is likely going to find support, because that is where price is going to find support if you are going to continue the downtrend. Because if you look at it from the past, you see that we are on a downtrend, price crash, and then price come back to that position and crash, and then that's it. So we come back to that position again, and the price is trying to crash with this movement that we have here. Now let's see how price played out. Let's see how price played out. Let's see. You see, price is moving downwards, and the price get to that position, and then eventually, if you look at it very well, you see price finally do what? Hit TP. If you look at it very well, you have about 3.63. That is more than the risk reward that you're going to be targeting. But like I always say, I like you to target about 2 to 1 risk reward, which is around somewhere here. That is 2 to 1 risk reward. So you as a beginner trader, so you won't be stopped out anyhow, and you quickly make your profit immediately. But if you understand the market, that is when you can trade and open your position till you get to a zone where price is likely going to find support. I hope you're getting my point here, because a lot of traders are there, they don't know what they are doing. They're just trading, they're just looking at the charts, guessing and checking what is going on. But all these analysis are going to give you a hedge over that kind of thing. You'll be able to get your profit, and you'll be able to take some. Sometimes when I trade a position like this, I take my profit halfway of that zone, which is 2 to 1, which is that 2 to 1, around 2 to 1 here. I take my half my position, and then I leave TP2 to run to where I'm likely going to find support or resistance. Like we've been trading here also. If I was trading this double top, I would have closed half of my position and leave the rest for maybe a break even, or or a little bit below the support area, because this is wide, and then I'm going to reduce it a little bit. So even when I'm stopped out from there, I'll stop out with a little loss, and I'll still end up with the profit. So that is pretty much how I trade. And if you look at it very simple, price found support again. But as a trend trader, if you look at the chart, you see that we are currently on a downtrend, and price have already respected this zone area. What are you expecting? You are expecting that the price should dump from there, right? The price should dump from here. So price should fall from there. So if you look at it very well, price came back here and found support, which means we are still currently on an uptrend. If you look at it, we are on an uptrend, and the price is still in an uptrend. after this candle opens here, price pumps a little bit with this bearish push phase. After this bearish push phase, this second candle, this big candle, this bull candle that opens here was supposed to be a bearish candle to continue the trend after this tweezer top candle. After this tweezer top candle here, this is a tweezer top candle, and it's a reversal candle that this price that is trying to come up is supposed to continue. But if you look at the very price failed that tweezer, and then it's giving you an indication of buying, which means you are going to continue this buy. If you look at the very well, price got to here, another tweezer here. Once immediately you see this tweezer again, price was supposed to dump. If you look at it very well, the buying pressure comes in, which means a lot of buyers are coming in and they are not respecting this anymore. Immediately price, this touch was supposed to be the continuation of the trend. But if you look at it, you see there's a weakness in the selling pressure and a lot of buyers are coming in. That is where you're going to be. This is a zone where you're going to be sitting at to find your buy positions so that you can follow the trend. Now, if you look at it very well, finally, price retest, and then you see price retest the trend line, and then it show a bullish pressure. And then this is coming in, this bear candle, red bear candle is coming in to retest it. And then if you look at the next candle, is a bull candle, which is a buying opportunity for you. If you look at it very well, and you want to trade that kind of position, you want to open your, you want to draw all your support so you can know where to, to target your entries and where to take your profit. If you look at it very well, see the price try to break above that. So immediately price break above that zone, you're waiting for a retest so that you can continue the trend. This is where the retest comes in. This is where the retest comes in. So immediately the retest comes in from here. Let's assume this is okay. Like I say, you see, this is where price comes to gather more liquidity, and then it show you a liquidity that we're going to be continuing the trend. So what do I say when you see a bull candle opening up at a support? It means price come to that position and then respect it to continue the trend. Now, if you look at it very well, let's say we have a position in place. Let's say we opened our trade from there. Where do you want to put your stop loss? Like I always say, you look back and see that we have this swing low from here. Let me just move this a little bit. The reason why I'm not showing the trades yet in the future is because so that we can understand the market movement, and I'm not even looking at it. I don't even know what is going on there. I'm just saying, I'm just giving you guys from my own way of approach to markets and how I've been trading the market. If you look at it very well, this is swing low, and this is where we have this is where price touched at the swing low. And where do you want to take your profit? You want to look back at a place where price is likely going to fall. And if you look at it very well, we have our resistance here. We have our resistance here. Good. We have our resistance here, which means that is a place, that is a zone where price is likely going to fall. Because if you look at it in the past, it has acted as a resistance, which means a ceiling where price has touched and the price fall off. So it is likely price get to that zone and then fall from there. And then fall from there. Now let's draw it there. And then good. And that's it. Let's draw see if you look at it very well, see that immediately price pumps and then price give you that big profit immediately, and then you are out of the market. You're out of the market. Even if you target your 2-to-1 risk management, risk reward, you have your 2-to-1 later on here, which is here. So it's a simple way approach of trading the market using support and resistance and then following the trend with the trend line and then the momentum of the price. Now you have another profit there. Now, what do I say that price? What do I say price will always do from here? Price will always find resistance, because if you look at it very well, look at it in the past, you see that price has found resistance from there, and then when price got back to that position, it's weakening, because if you look at it, this is a top price fail, and then again price fail. That is 3 times that price fail. And if price is failing more than once at the position, that means that area is very, very strong. And when a place is very strong, it's likely price is going to go lower from there. And if you have followed the trend with this bearish engulfing candle, because the candle is so big that it almost engulfs this whole candle. Let's say it's a bearish engulfing, because if you look at it very well, price shifted up a little bit from here to open up before this. So it's a big candle indicating that there's a big sell-off from here. And as a trend trader, if you see that kind of trend, and you have been looking at the trend in the past, that we have a resistance where price aggressively fall. If you look at it, where the big sell-off happened from there. So there are some big sell-off that might happen from there. But you don't want to be too greedy. Where do you want to take your profit, even if you are selling from there? You want to take your profit at the support, at the place where price has been supporting from, because price will likely get back to this place, to this zone, and then find support again. Let's say you open your sell from there. Let's say you open your sell from there. Where is it? You open your sell from there after the price closed below, because you need to wait for price to close below, and then you put your stop loss below the last high of the candle, which is here, a few pips above the last high. I mean, then you're going to be taking your profit at this zone where price is likely going to find support. If you look at it very well, you see that price found support from here, and you would have been out of the market from there. But if you look at it very well, the trend is still strong, and then price come back again and then continue. So for the break-even plus, or probably like I said in the past, that sometimes I shift my stop loss here after taking the TP1, so that below it's so small, so that the reaccumulation of price. So, sometimes price could come back to gather more liquidity before going low. Because if you look at it very well, the buying pressure comes in here, so the sellers are no more pushing the price lower. There's no more momentum to push the price, so price could likely come back to gather more liquidity. As a trend trader, if you understand the trend very well, don't do this. I'm just trying to tell you that we have pro traders who always follow the trend. So that is where they come in, and then most of them will have taken 2-1 from here. And if you look at the 2-1 management, you see everyone is stopped out from here. And if you look at it, you see that some buyers coming after that, which means this is where a lot of the bigger sellers that sold off from here, this is where they're going to be taking that profit and then leaving the market. And immediately they leave the market, you see no more selling pressure until price comes back up. Now, so that is pretty much how we've been trading BTC, how we're buying and we're selling BTC. And if you look at the chart very well, very clean, and we have been analyzing the chart from somewhere here. And if you look at it, it's been accurate. There are some losses that we also have. Sometimes we also have some losses, because if you look at this very well, there's a tweezer candle that opens here, which indicates a sell. And if you have sold off from there, after the close of the tweezer, you would have been stopped out. This is why I say you need to have a good risk management. Where is the swing eye? This is the swing eye, and then let's say you are targeting the next, let's say this area, you're targeting this area. If you look at it very well, you see that you'll be stopped out. So this is why I say it's not every time that your analysis will always be right, but at least if you implement them with your trend line, if you implement them with the price action, support and resistance, and so many confluences, you have so much advantage over the market than losing traders. Those are the traders who doesn't use so much. Because I like using price action to follow the trend. I don't trade with too much moving averages. It's only when I need a moving average, or maybe Fibonacci tool or stuff like that, that I use them. I don't normally put them on the chart. I like making my chart clean and clear, so that we can have something like this on the chart, so I don't get to confuse myself from what is going on in the market. Now let's look at it with a trend line again, or let's say channel, because if you look at it very well, this looks like an ascending channel. Now, okay, this is how to understand the market movement. You have an ascending channel from here, right? And if you draw your ascending channel very well, if you look at it, the highs and low, you see that price is becoming weaker from here, and it's likely price is going to continue the downtrend, because immediately price come back here. If you are to continue the trend, we are supposed to find support from here. You're supposed to find on an ascending channel. This is how you want to trade an ascending channel. Price comes for grab, goes up a little bit. Let's say price bumps a little bit from here. Price goes up. When the price get here, it's supposed to find support from here and then continue the trend upward. But if you look at it, it broke below it. Immediately broke below it, it's going to retest that zone and then continue downwards. Like I always say, support always turn resistance. This is how trend line also works too. When price has been broken out of a channel, it's likely price going to come back for that zone and then retest and then continue. So how do you want to get involved? Immediately price broke below it. Where do price? This is where price broke below. You have this indecision candle with the bearish push phase, which shows we are now on a downtrend again because we are out. The buyers here have already met. The buying pressure has already met, and then we have this demand, so much demand from here. With the opening of this candle, it's so much demand. There's something we call demand and supply. I will talk about that one in some videos. I think I have some videos also. I don't know, probably on my YouTube, stuff like that. But this is what I have here. Now, how do you want to get involved in this kind of trend? Is either you wait for price to break below here to continue the trend, or you wait for price to give you another price action so you can follow the trend with the price action. Now, like I said, it is clear that we are now having a downtrend because there's another low that has been created from here. If you look at it, you see a low. This low is more lower than this, it's lower than this. So the price has changed, the trend has changed, and it's a lower low has been created. It's time for price to come up a little bit to create a lower high and then go to another lower low. That is how markets always, in an uptrend, we have a higher highs, a lower high, high high, lower high. What I mean by high high is price is still high, higher than the previous. And then you have a lower high, which is low, but still not lower like this. It's lower high, which is low but high. Then we have another higher high, which is higher than the previous high. Then we have a lower high, which is lower than the previous, which is lower but high than the previous low. That is lower high. But when price is trying to form a lower low, which is lower than all these lows, it is trying to tell you that it's likely we're going to be facing a new trend, which is a downtrend. Now, after price try to range from here, then we have this bear push phase. Bearish push phase. You see, if you look at it, you see that price come back here to create a lower high, then it creates a new lower low. What I mean by lower highs means that in a downtrend, you have a low, then you have a lower high, which means it is still low, but a little bit high. Then you have a lower low, which is lower than the previous low. Then you have a lower high, which is lower, but it is lower, but a little bit high. So these are the zones that you want to be getting involved in the sell. You want to be getting involved here. You want to be getting involved here on the sell position. You want to be getting involved. So how do you get involved? You need to follow in probably price action, some follow up with moving average. But most of the time, like I always say, I like trading with price action to understand price, and then I follow price. So on an uptrend, you want to be getting involved here. You want to be getting involved on the lower high. You want to be getting involved on the lower high. You want to be getting involved on the lower high. But on a downtrend, you want to be getting involved on the lower. You want to be getting involved on the higher low, right? On the higher low, when price is high a little bit, and then you go to another lower low. So that's it. Now, if you look at it very well, let's say we are out of this trend already. Now we have another trend. How do you understand that we are in another trend? You need to follow up with the trend line, because most of the time I like following the chart with a trend line. If you look at this trend line very well, you see that we are in a downtrend. And if you are to confirm that this trend is in a downtrend, this is what we're supposed to be seeing. A low, price comes here, and then a low, price comes here, and then a low, right? Because it must supposed to be creating a low, the price will create a new low and then continue. So this is what we are waiting for. We are waiting for price to come back to test this trend line that, yeah, we are in a downtrend and we're going to continue this downtrend. We're going to continue this downtrend, right? So this is where you come in. So whenever price come here and then give me something like a bearish engulfing, a red candle like this, or probably a candle that is, that is going to continue the trend. And if you look at it very well, you see that price fell from here, price retest, and then continue. And here you can enter from here after the bearish push phase. You can enter from here after the bearish phase to take a profit lower here, and then once price come back again to respect it, which means it is accurate, and then you can then continue the trend. And in the future, if you want to enter again, it is likely price come back to that position again, and then do what? And then give you that bearish move to continue the trend. Now let's say, okay, let's say price is coming from here. The price is coming from here. If you look at it very well, see price found a low and then high, a low and then high. Price come back for a low and then If you look at it, you see price comes again, and then it's creating another low. So, and this is a tweezer again. You see a tweezer for confirmation. Price tested it, tried to prove about a continuation push phase. So this is how you're going to be getting involved. You want to be getting involved here. You want to be getting involved here. You want to be getting involved here to sell and then take your profit on the next low. So let's assume you have taken entries after this bearish engulfing candle, and then you put your stop loss. Where do I say you put your stop loss? You put your stop loss below the swing high, which is the previous place where price has acted to before in the past, and then find resistance to continue, or probably a place where price as like here, a place where price has already touched before to create a low to continue the trend. So that is pretty much where you're going to be putting your stop, and then you're going to be taking your profit. That's a 2-2-1 or 3-2-1. Like I don't know what kind of like 2-2-1. Okay, you would have been out from there. Then you wait for price to find support from here. Now immediately price finds support from there. If you look at it very well, price continue again. See, support turns into what? Support turn into resistance, right? Once it's breaking, it is going to turn into resistance. So that is it. So if you want to enter another position again, you can still enter after this tweezer candle. You can put your, where do I say you put it? You put it above your previous high, which is here. You're going to put it above it, and then you're going to be targeting your 2-2-1, and that is 2-2-1 from here, and then that is how you're going to be continuing the trend till you get to a zone where price is likely going to support. So that is pretty much what I would say from here. I hope you guys have learned a lot from this video. There are still many things that are going to happen in the crypto space, which I'm going to analyze. If you look at this chart very well, you see that price is supporting from somewhere here, which is likely going to be, probably we are going to continue the trend higher. If you look at it very well, maybe let's say price comes from here, and then bounce off here, try to bounce from here, and then comes here, and then price is here, and I think maybe price is going to give another high. I don't know, probably, because we are supposed to retest from here. Price was supposed to break up, retest, and then continue downwards. But if you look at it where you see this big candle opening here, which means there are some buyers here that are buying, that are likely going to push the price higher to that. They're going to push the price higher from there. If you look at it very well. So this is what I would say is that if you have been around for a longer period of time, stick around. You're going to learn a lot from here. And I hope this information, the thing that I explained today, you guys learned from what I've explained today. And that is how I trade most of my trades. I make it simple like this: trade with price action. After trading with price action, I follow the trend, probably a trend line, ascending channel, descending channel. I don't know, whatever price action the chart is giving me, then I follow with candlestick formation, support and resistance and stuff like that. I put them in up together to give myself about, perfect entry. No traders have 100% entry, like I said. If you look at it very well, you see we have some entries here which is going to turn out to be failure. But if you look at it on the long run, if you're making good risk management, if you look at it very well, you will see that you're going to be making more profit than your loss. So that is pretty much what I will say. If you want to support the channel, please subscribe, please subscribe to the channel, so that whenever videos like this come out, maybe in the future, you're going to be seeing them, and it will help with your YouTube algorithm to get this video out there, so that a lot of people will enjoy from it. Lovely.